Mustangs. And now let's meet the starting lineups. First for the visiting Wolverines, a senior number 1, Eli Ifra. Junior number 2, Robert Liriano. A junior number 5, Ty Pindell. A senior number 23, Mikai Dickerson. And senior number 25, Corbin Horn. The head coach of the Wolverines is Mr. Ryan Douglas. And now the starting lineup for your Norwood Mustangs. A junior number 5, Caden Sheehan. Junior number 12, Sam Larkey. A senior number 22, Patrick Connell. A senior number 24, Brian Dearborn. And senior number 55, Alex Yukimchek. The head coach of your Mustangs is Mr. Chris Fraioli. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America and those that serve to protect her with the playing of our national anthem, tonight performed by seniors Nola Keeney and Gigi Gonzalez.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hello, folks, and welcome to Norwood High School. I'm Joe Pinola alongside Nora Glynn. Nora, we've got a nice basketball doubleheader tonight. The guys play first and the girls play second, so chock full of action.
Love it.
Teams taking on crosstown rival Westwood today. Norwood is 1-1 so far this season. Westwood 1-1 as well. So the teams so far lining up pretty evenly.
And this has become a real new rivalry now. You know, this is the rivalry now in the TBL. Definitely.
Absolutely. Norwood last season was the 33 seed in the tournament, although if you kind of think back to last season's finish, it was very interesting because they ended up having to travel to Oliver Ames, who ended up getting the 32 seed after being reinstated. There was an issue.
Right, there was that, yep. That's right.
There was a little bit of an issue with their eligibility, but then eventually once they got that figured out, Oliver Ames took down the boys in the tournament last year. So Norwood looking to have a little bit of a rebound year, hoping to be back in the tournament again, but hopefully make a little bit more of a run. And they'll do so with a couple of captains on their roster. They've got 4 listed on our sheet as we see a battle there down low. It is last touch by Westwood. Lost 8 seniors off the roster for last year, did the Mustangs. So certainly a lot to replace, including 2 of last year's captains, Maddie Mahoney and Owen Descharnay.
Who were such strong competitors.
Absolutely. Mahoney off at Stonehill, and Owen, who I hear is going to be on our airwaves coming up soon.
Oh, good to know.
Doing some
good to
announcing.
Know.
So
excellent.
We hope you'll be tuning into NCM to see that.
Sure
Norwood gets the
there
first buckets today, and that comes courtesy of Patrick Connell. Connell was a transfer a couple seasons ago from Zavarian, and he has fit in seamlessly with this Norwood team.
He's one of only 4 seniors that I'm looking at. 1, 2, 3, yeah. It's only 4 seniors on this Norwood team. So.
Absolutely, and that includes Alex Ukimchak. It's very hard to miss Alex, who, according to the girls' assistant Steve Burrell, is listed at 6'9". So you certainly see him down low wearing number 55. So he is a transfer student, new to Norwood this year. And Ukimchak gets in the low post and makes a neat pass for Sheehan, who kicks it right back over for Brian Dearborn. Good look for Dearborn, but is just off the mark.
In and out.
So Norwood showing some good passing early on. Dearborn almost got a little bit of a steal on the back door there. Shot goes a little bit off the mark again for Westwood. So pretty low scoring through the first minute and a half. And we might announce or jinx that pretty quickly as Dearborn goes in. He'll draw the foul. And that's the first foul of the contest, charged to Westwood. And so the foul is charged to Mackay Dickerson, number 23 for Westwood. He's one of their bunch of seniors, as Brian Dearborn knocks down the free throw.
Love to see those free throws go in early in the game. They can make such a difference sometimes.
Dearborn with a lot of responsibility, a 3-sport athlete here at the school on the Hill. He did a nice job as a wide receiver on the football team back in the fall.
Heard his name often.
I guess is not that long ago now.
I know, really.
And he plays in the baseball team as well, a very speedy outfielder for them come the spring.
And I met his parents on the way up there. His dad is recovering from hip surgery, but he's here tonight and appreciates NCM as his parents down the Cape watches. So
there we go.
Little shout out there.
We know we're reaching the Cape, and hopefully we're coming to you from wherever you're watching us from today. Dearborn showing some good ball handling skills there. Gave it back to Larkey for a moment, and Norwood gets a quick steal. So two immediate turnovers, as Dearborn goes in. Really nice play from Mackay Dickerson for Westwood to get the block. And now back the other way, a strong take from Robert Liriano, number 2, as the junior gets it to go for Westwood. First 2 points of the night from Westwood. That was a pretty strong take, Nora, from Liriano.
Yes,
I thought we might have seen some contact there under the hoops, but the refs let him play on.
Early.
It's early, and it's early in the season as well. Nifty little jump pass there that Larkey tried to get it to Ukimchak. Now coming the other way is Ty Pindell. Kicks it back over, and Eli Ifra gets fouled there, or at least
he's looking for one.
Oh, I thought for a moment, I think he took too many steps, and they'll call a travel against Ifra.
He was looking for a foul.
Ifra is still looking for the foul as he looks over to the sidelines. So Connell will inbound it to Dearborn, and we'll restart here. About 3 minutes here into this first quarter. Very low scoring as both teams have played solid defense. Only 1 foul so far in the game as well. Here's Larkey taking a long 2. He's off the mark.
Nice
Ukimchak with the rebound. Still with it. He's tangled up with a couple Westwood players. And a good job, especially by Mackay Dickerson there, to force the jump ball. So possession arrow stays with Norwood here, as Caden Sheehan gets to inbound it. Speaking of guys we've been hearing about a lot on the football team.
Yep, another one.
Sheehan took over at quarterback for Maddie Mahoney there, and I guess trying to replicate Maddie's success on the basketball court as well. So here's Dearborn working against Ifra. Nice pick is set there by Sheehan. He kicks it back for Larkey. Inside for Ukimchak, and he is fouled, this time by Dickerson. So that'll be 2 fouls early on against Mackay Dickerson. Perhaps something to watch here.
And I think it's going to be so hard. There is such a height disproportionate.
Yeah, there you go.
I think the Westwood play was really trying, but I think it's so hard to not foul him.
Yeah, Ukimchak had a good look there. Westwood's done a nice job. It's seemingly a little bit rough and tumble early on underneath the hoop. But they have controlled pretty well against a 6'9" student who they don't have a whole lot of tape on. There's a deep 3 from Eli Ifra.
Rebound.
And Liriano came in pretty hot for the rebound, but was unable to get it as it went right over his hand. Here's Connell the other way.
Nice.
And Norwood's got 2 field goals here in the first quarter, both courtesy of Patrick Connell, who's the game's leading scorer with 5 at the moment. 4:25 to go as Dearborn almost collects a steal, forcing Liriano to reset. There's Ifra inside, kicks back out for Liriano, who drives in and takes a short 2, in and out, and it comes to Ukimchak for the rebound. 7-2 in favor of Norwood halfway through this first quarter. Only the 3rd game of the season for the boys. And we were hoping, Nora, that we would get that to go off the hands of Patrick Connell.
I was going to say it was almost a repeat of the last play, but.
Yeah, Connell has come up shooting He has done a nice job really working on his game and rounding it out well. So it looks like a substitution coming in for Westwood. Not a surprise to see them give Mackay Dickerson a bit of a break as he's already got 2 fouls here in the first quarter. And a nice play by Sam Larkey to get the steal. There's the dish for Connell, and he gets it to go. It's 7 already for Patrick Connell. And Norwood is flying early on up to a 9-2 lead.
That was a nice steal from Larkey. He just quick hands.
Larkey has shown those quick hands early and often in this contest. And Norwood will go to the bench. Speaking of Larkey, they will give him a little bit of a break here as Justin Cochran, a sophomore, enters for Norwood. Westwood has gone to the bench as well. They've got 2 new players in there. Number 13 is Frankie McNamara. He's a senior underneath the hoop right now. And number 4, Adrian Ortiz Maldonado, a sophomore, is in there as well. Here's a 3 off the mark from Westwood, and another rebound for Alex Ukimchak, who by our unofficial tally is up to 4 already. So Dearborn working against number 13, McNamara, finds a lane inside, kicks it back out. Sheehan will try the corner 3, and he is a little bit more off the mark than he wanted to be. It was a good look, but I think the pass from Ukimchak was a little off. And Sheehan took that almost from behind the net, like you were saying. So 3:11 to go here, 9-2 in favor of the Mustangs early on.
There's another substitution, too.
And number 25 right now moving inside. That's Caden Horn as Corbin Horn, gets it to go. Horn was a starter today, but Westwood has turned over a bunch of their lineup. Chase Longo, number 11, a senior, is in there as well for Westwood. Off the mark here is Connell, but a very opportunistic rebound from Sheehan. And eventually it comes to Cochran, who kicks it out for Dearborn. Dearborn moving inside, tries the left hand, can't get it. Rebound to McNamara. Here's Liriano working against the sophomore Cochran, who's got a lot of responsibility here for this Mustang team. Here is Chase Longo. Longo, a senior for Westwood, who has a number of them in their starting lineup. McNamara for Horn, who almost loses the handle, and Corbin is able to settle and actually get a pretty good look off it. In and out as Coach Fraioli stepping onto the court there.
I think he needs to step back.
He looked like he was about to steal it from Brian Dearborn.
I was going to take it too.
Speaking of taking a shot, Connell this time is off the mark. Norwood does keep it in for a moment. Nice athletic play by Sheehan, but instead it comes out to Liriano. Liriano has shown a propensity to drive pretty hard, although he dishes off this time for Ortiz Maldonado. Here's a 3. He's got that in his game as well, but the rebound comes out to the guard, Cochran, and he gives it back up for Dearborn with 1:39 to go. Coach Fraioli is getting the bench stirring again as we see Michael Deaver on the sidelines along with Alex Ukimchak, but on the ball right now is Dearborn. Here's Connell, moves inside, tries a tough shot. Wow. And already Patrick Connell up to 9 points today. He has been lighting it up on a tremendous pace. Horn loses the handle, and I think we saw a couple extra set of hands come in there, and Norwood will commit their first foul. I think Nora, are they going to call it against Cochran there? Well, we'll see in just a moment who the foul is charged to.
The numbers, but
Norwood will get a couple substitutions coming in as the aforementioned Ukimchak will enter, as will number 2, Michael Deaver.
No, it was actually against Larkey.
So Sam Larkey charged for the foul for Norwood. That's his first and the team's first. Nice job there by Mackay Dickerson, who is back in the game for Westwood to collect an offensive rebound. And now Connell kicks it over for Deaver. Here's Dearborn. Does a nice job getting around Longo with the left hand. He gets it to go. Seems like Westwood has been forcing Dearborn to go to his right, but little do they know, his left hand is pretty strong as well.
I was not going to tell him.
Here's Liriano, guarded by Cochran. Under a minute to go here. Norwood with a 9-point lead. They have come out like a house on fire early on. And Liriano almost loses the handle as Dearborn and Cochran are guarding him tight. Norwood showing really some active defense here, and the fadeaway shot does go. So second bucket of the night for Robert Liriano, who with 4 points is Westwood's leading scorer. Shot clock is off with 17 seconds remaining. Nora, this first quarter has gone by in a hurry.
It is flown by.
There's a neat long pass up.
That might be a...
And Liriano does a nice job of wisely waiting for
Waiting
Cochran to run by him. 13
take
to
the
8
last
now.
one.
Here's a 3 for Dearborn.
Oh,
He got it at the
nice.
buzzer.
That is a way to end it at the first quarter.
Ryan Dearborn hits the 3 at the buzzer.
And he kind of came down. It was only 4 seconds, but he kind of took his time, got set. I was like, I can do this.
Yeah,
I love it.
That was a pretty smooth shot for someone who's trying to throw something up, seeing if it'll stick right there at the end of the quarter, and it does. So Brian Dearborn puts Norwood up 16 to 8. Let's check that again on the replay.
Yeah, this is nice.
Great form on the
it was
shot.
beautiful.
Longo was there defensively for Westwood as well. And Norwood kind of acting like they've been there before.
Yeah, like, okay.
Take a look at number 10, Cochran,
Yeah,
and
he
Ukimchak
was
after
right
he makes
there,
the
he was.
shot. He hits it, and they just kind of walk off
Yeah,
like,
like
hey, we've seen that before.
Well, that was great.
So Norwood
Nice way to end the
showing that they're pretty poised. Got a nice little performance from the cheerleaders here, who once again headed to states this year. They have
Excellent.
been wonderful, and Coach Buckman has to be
Buckman, yeah.
proud of what they're doing here. But wow, I feel, Nora, like we got to catch our breath there from that first quarter.
It was back and forth, and it was so quick. It was so quick, and the Mustangs were so quick. I thought they were real quick. I thought up and down and nice passing.
Both teams
and the
came
shots
out.
were going in.
For sure. Well, that helps too. At least they started to a little bit more. The first couple minutes, both teams were really not finding their groove, but Norwood obviously found it a lot quicker. And Patrick Connell was the key. 9 points for Connell in the first quarter. We've seen him coming off the bench for the Mustangs teams before, but he's really been tasked with an increased role this season. And boy, has he done a great job.
Not that the Wolverines haven't had shots, but they haven't gone in. They've had a lot of. And as
There's Dickerson. He steps out.
Stepped out.
Yep.
Oh.
So Dickerson bummed about it. He's not going to argue.
Again,
Pretty clearly stepped out.
It's not your gym. I think it's hard to. You got to get used to it.
Right. Now, Makai Dickerson, number 23, which, you're wearing number 23 in a basketball court. You know you're going to have a lot of responsibility, taking Michael Jordan's number there. But he's got the unenviable task of guarding Alex Ukimchak today.
Right there,
he
it's
is
hard.
certainly going to focus his attention on the defense. Brian Dearborn tried a 3, and Ukimchak with the rebound. Can't get it to go, but on garbage duty, he gets the second one this time. So Ukimchak collects his own rebound, makes it happen here, and Norwood is now up double digits. It's a 10-point lead. Coach Fraioli almost gets the steal there, almost stepping out on the court again. But a nice job from number 2 there, Michael Deaver, who gets a little bit in the face.
Yeah, the two of them.
Ooh, he was jawing a bit with number 2, Robert Liriano. So something to watch there. Deaver off the bench, a sophomore. Not afraid to mouth off maybe a little bit to the senior, although we couldn't hear what was said. Longo's off the mark. Another rebound for Ukimchak, who I'm estimating, Nora, he's at 7 rebounds already.
Yeah. He's been very good under which he should be, but
it's noticeable seeing Alex walking in the halls.
It's very
Gets a good look there, can't get it to go. Almost loses his balance trying to get the rebound. Westwood's done a nice job on him early on. I'm sure that was part of their strategy.
Oh,
and look at that. Here's a steal from Larkey. Can he go end to end?
There
and the answer is yes. Sam Larkey showing those active hands.
Just so quick.
Another one of those players for Norwood that is a multi-sport athlete. He was key in the baseball team's tournament win last year, I believe, scoring the lone run. Or maybe.
I think you're right, yes.
So,
and he played on the football team, too.
Absolutely. Off
I
the
love
mark
the
here
multi-sport
again.
athletes.
So he and Dearborn, I guess, see a lot from each other, considering they're playing the same 3 sports. Look at that passing. Norwood putting on a clinic. I thought Dickerson might have gotten called for the foul there on Ukimchak, but either way, Alex makes the field goal. Yeah, that looked a little bit like almost a hack on there, but maybe the referee's letting that play on with the 6'9" senior.
Whoa. Deaver, that was a nice little.
Right place, right time. Here's Dearborn again with the left hand. He's been strong there. Been giving you a lot of reasons to say that today, Nora. He's up to 7. And we see a timeout on the court, and the cheerleaders will come out and give their second performance of the night. So while you enjoy that, we'll kind of recap some of the stats. It's been a small scoring tree for Norwood so far. Patrick Connell's up to 9. Brian Dearborn is 7. We know how good Ukimchak's been inside. Nora, if you're Westwood, 3 times your score is where Norwood's at so far. This is not the start you wanted.
No, that's definitely not the start they wanted. I'm sure they're regrouping and gonna do it again. I guess you never know. It's still early in the game.
There's that great passing a little while ago that Dearborn finished with the left hand.
You said again about the passing clinic from Norwood. They have just been right on.
It's kind of that extra pass. We saw that on the one a little while ago where Caden Sheehan kind of served as that pivot point for Norwood. Norwood's not looking to take that shot the first chance they get.
No, they're
and
taking
it's really
their time.
benefited them.
And now that they're in the lead, they can take a little bit of time. They don't have to rush and just be hurried.
For sure.
So
we see some shots of the Norwood team huddle. The girls team right behind them as they are getting geared up. There's your 2 girls captains, Ava Murad and Ava O'Neill, right there in the middle of them. And Coach Burrell and Coach McDonald, the Norwood Brain Trust, talking things over. They've got such a great coaching staff on that girls team, don't they?
It's unbelievable. It's great.
But Westwood as well, their girls team has certainly been something to contend with.
Catherine Clifford. We'll talk about her the next
right.
game. Oop, right
Ariana was calling for it. He gets it. Tries a fadeaway here off the back rim, no good. And charging in hard is Ifra. They are really letting them play, Nora.
I thought that was a little rough.
Yeah, well, we got a good view, but they got a better one, that's for sure. Yep. So they will not call that, but certainly rough and tumble. You got to be ready to go. They will call this one, though, as Ifra takes a bump. He took a second bump.
He took a
And now the referee doesn't like what he sees. And honestly, Nora, those were 2 bumps too many from Eli Ifra. I'll say that on that one.
No, they're smiling at each other.
All right.
The 2 of them are like laughing.
All right. So luckily they're able to shake it off short memory. Both of those 2 captains on their respective teams, so it's good to see.
They probably play each other in other,
Certainly good to see that. 24-8, though. Norwood up pretty big here early on. And that's got to play into it a little bit for Westwood, I would imagine. There's some frustration setting in the way you've come out in this game.
Yeah,
another foul against Norwood, this one against Larkey. That's his second. But certainly both teams have committed their share of them. So the second one officially announced here on Larkey. So Longo will inbound it. It's been a great start to the season for Norwood, although they did lose their first game. That was a home game last Friday against Hopkinton. Ifra's off the mark, and the rebound collected by Kimchak. Long lead pass for Larkey. He gets it to go.
Love that pass. How we saw him ahead. That was great.
4 points tonight for Sam Larkey to go along with a couple of steals and a couple of assists. Fraioli getting right out there, cheering on Dearborn as he plays defense against Liriano. Splitting the defense is Ifra, and Eli Ifra hits his first field goal of the night to make it 26-10 in favor of Norwood. So Ifra putting that behind him as Dearborn calls out signals. Kicks it over for Sheehan. Those 2, quarterback and receiver on the football team, and now doing it here as well. Dearborn over for Larkey.
Right
in the corner, right in front of the Westwood coach. Doesn't step out. Here's Kimchak. Kicks it over for Larkey. Gets it back. Tried a quick pass. Ifra keeps it in, but Connell is in the right spot at the right time. Puts it up. Can't get the roll. And I think they're going to get Kimchak for going over the top there.
Which is so hard for him not to not do unless he gets the ball right ahead.
And so the referee now will talk things over with Ty Pindell there, number 5. So everybody kind of getting involved in a little bit of those confrontations. And Westwood will go to the bench here. Off camera, they're going to get number 25, Corbin Horn, back in the game as he replaces Chase Longo. Longo had come off the bench in the first quarter but started the second. Right. Here is Adrian Ortiz Maldonado, kicks it for the corner. And Ty Pindell, I don't know what he was saying to the referee, but it sparks his game a bit as he hits Westwood's first 3 of the night. Norwood still, though, doubling up the Wolverines, 26 to 13. Here's Sheehan for Connell. And now back over for Sam Larkey. To Dearborn, right in front of the Westwood bench as they get a little bit louder. Dearborn tries a mid-range 2. Can't quite get it, and Pindell collects the rebound and gives it back for Ifra. And another foul. Nora, is this against Larkey again?
I think it's against Larkey again.
That would be the third foul against Sam Larkey, and that's going to become something to watch. Yeah, they're going to give Larkey a bit of a break here. So it looks like Norwood will turn things back to Justin Cochran, number 10. He had a lot of responsibility there in the first half, so the sophomore getting some quality run for this Mustang team.
Whoa.
Dearborn goes right into Ifra. Ifra gets up and
That's a
claps
three.
his hands loudly as those two continue to go at it. Cochran almost loses it. Liriano wanted the travel, but he didn't get it. I think I might be inclined to agree with Liriano on that one. Big pick is set by Ukimchak. No call once again, and it goes out of bounds off Norwood. Wow, turning into a bit of a wrestling match here. So 2:48 to go here in the second quarter. Norwood up 10. Norwood was up 24-8 at one point. So
Westwood
Westwood
is picking away there.
yeah, they're on a bit of an 8-2 run here. Here's
Ooh, another
Ifra,
one.
another deep three. Oh, and if he hit that, can you imagine how
I
the
know.
Westwood bench would have gone? This one goes off of Norwood. I would agree with that one as well. So Westwood certainly not giving in after they found themselves down early on. Ty Pindell, who you see on the screen, one of the reasons why, as he hit Westwood's first three a moment ago. And we're going to see a timeout. Maybe Coach Fraioli wants his team to calm down a little bit, as both teams have been jawing with each other.
Yes, they have. And Westwood's finding a little spark now, so slow them down.
So let's check out a replay in the meantime. This was a little while ago, Liriano getting the shot. Here was Ukimchak. He's
He
kind of
grabbed
having to
him.
almost swat all the guys off of him. And
here
this
we
was
go.
the big
That was-
three
Yeah.
from Patrick Connell. I think that
Yeah.
was the same shot, Nora, but
I
I
think it
tell
was
you, the
too.
way that Connell has been shooting, wouldn't be surprised if those were
This
two
was
different
nice.
ones.
That was a really nice steal. And
And the nice finish with his left hand there. So Connell's still the game's leading scorer, although he's been held off the scoreboard so far in the second quarter. 2:30 to go here. The girls will follow this as the Mustangs taking on Westwood in the Giles Parker Classic
Giles
coming
Classic,
up.
Yes, it is.
So
It's a fun game.
exciting to have that, and exciting to always have that on NCM. And we are both in for the long haul tonight,
yes,
the
we are.
doubleheader.
It's a doubleheader.
We've got our great crew of Charlotte Martino to my left and Danielle DeMattia to my right, and Brian Boudreau doing the producing. So that trio bringing you the quality product you see right now as Norwood hopes to continue their strong play. So there's Ukimchak with his hands up. Westwood kicks it over for Liriano as he's guarded by Cochran. The Norwood bench starting to get a little bit louder there. Here's number 4,
Oh.
Ortiz Maldonado. Bit of a long
Oh.
two, and
You got it.
hey, take a shot any way you can as Ty Pindell gets a strange angle shot to go off the backboard.
Ooh.
Westwood
Double it.
with a little bit of a press here.
Oh.
Liriano gets the steal in front of Ukimchak. Here he comes now with the left hand. Look at that.
Here comes Westwood coming back.
Robert Liriano takes on 3 Mustangs and he gets it to go. And Westwood now with their press is really starting to make some game-changing plays. As they come back the other way, Cochran goes in pretty hard here. But we'll see yet another foul as the tough play continues. This foul will be against Corbin Horn, number 25 for Westwood. That's his first, and the team's third here of the quarter. So both teams with 3 fouls for the quarter, and at the line is Justin Cochran, who misses the first. A couple of sophomores on the Norwood roster. Michael Deaver is a sophomore who got in a little while ago. Cochran as well, who misses the second. Sammy Goyko also on the roster, and John Igori. So a couple of younger players for Coach Fraioli. No freshmen, though, on the roster.
Freshmen.
Every once
Well,
in a while you see somebody
every
crack
once in a while. And sometimes the freshman, I think, is so hard for the boys. I think it's
Such a physical game,
It's such
too.
a physical game, and a lot of times the freshmen actually will come up maybe midway. Sometimes,
Yeah,
I believe that was Bodette.
that's right.
I don't
yeah.
think he started as a. I mean, he did, but it was halfway through the season.
Yeah, so
They
as
were
a
like, oh, this
sophomore,
kid
he
is-
really kind of came into
Right,
his
but-
own, right? Noah has has done a great job so far, I believe, having a strong start to the season in college.
Yes, he's done. I think he's done great.
And he is at Emmanuel, I believe, if
I
I'm
think you're
remembering that right.
That's correct.
Another Norwood alum, Megan Olbrys, has transferred
Oh,
to
she went to
UMass.
UMass. I saw her on TV the other night. It was awesome.
Yeah, she's been doing a great job
That
and
was so
really
great.
lighting things up early on there. So Megan has found some success switching programs about halfway through her career. Here's Horn.
Oh,
thought that one
wow.
might go.
I thought that was, I don't know, that was like somebody pushed it out. He had it right in there.
Sometimes when you take that extra second, you think about it
You
too
think-
much. Horn had a lot of time to kind of wind up for
Okay,
that
yeah.
shot. As Horn now bumps you Kimchak. And Alex, who's been pretty quiet
He is
early
actually.
on, with a little bit of applause right in the face of Horn. So maybe the 6'9" senior for Norwood starting to get a little bit more excited here in this game.
Michael Diva just came in.
Keep an eye on Deaver as he and Liriano were jawing a little while ago when they were in back in the first quarter. And those two guarding each other once again.
Well,
So the
almost at
shot
end
clock
of-
is off. 27 seconds to go.
Oh,
Connell
there
with
we
the
go. We
three.
needed that. We
Second
needed some
three of the night
scoring.
from
Definitely.
Patrick Connell, who is up to 12 points. Yeah, when you need scoring, it's like break glass here, and
Yeah.
Patrick Connell will deliver, huh? There's Liriano working
that,
against
that's it.
Deaver. Does a nice job getting inside,
Nice,
but the
there we
Norwood
go.
defense all over him. Kimchak will get the block, but as much credit
Oh,
needs
I
to
don't
go to
think
Michael
he's gonna
Deaver on
get the
that. And
Try
the
it
shot
again.
goes up. It
Didn't go
did.
this time.
Brian Dearborn trying to repeat the magic
I
there
thought
of
you were gonna do
the
it
of the
again.
first quarter. But Nora, we are flying here in Norwood. This game is a quick game. Norwood is up 29-20 right now as they look to go to 2-0. What have you seen so far? It's obviously been very physical.
It's been very physical. I think Norwood came out like gangbusters, and I feel like the second quarter maybe Westwood took a little. I have to give Westwood the second quarter. But I think it's going to be in control. They're all right. They continue their good defense, strong defense, and good shooting, so it should be fine.
Well, you heard it here, folks. If Nora Glynn says we're
I
going to
said-
be all
I said
right,
we're gonna
then
be all
I
right.
hope we're going to be all right. Great start for Norwood, although they were up 24-8
They were. I
at
was a
one
little- that's why I
point.
had
We'll
to give
keep
Westwood
saying
the
that.
second quarter. They definitely came a little bit more alive.
So Westwood certainly did not lay down there. So the cheerleaders will give us a performance to take things out here at the end of the first half. It is Norwood 29, Westwood 20. We hope you'll join us on the other side.
All right. We're going to do a 250 half-court shot challenge. So all you got to do is shoot it from behind this line. And if you make it, you get $250 out of my pocket. We got Ryan Blair, Danny Reed, James Morgan, and Vinny Lopez. Who's going first? Let's pick now, because we got to go. Go ahead. High five. Oh. Are you set? Alright, Dan, you ready? Anything you want to say before you go?
No.
Okay. Alright, Vinny. Anything you want to say before you go? All right, $500 on Monday, so let's see who can make it.
Hello, folks, and welcome back to Norwood High School. I'm Joe Pinola along with Nora Glynn. Nora, that was, as we were discussing in the break, maybe the fastest first half of basketball that
Very
we've
fast
seen.
first half, yes. Up and down, back and forth.
Yeah, so I guess if you took a bathroom break, you missed it. Norwood is up 29-20, and we saw a moment ago the team came out of the locker room for Norwood. They seem
Very
fired up.
That was just the word I was going to use, fired up. They came out, I was like, whoa, yeah, they're back. So, and I think that's a good thing to be. They need to be. It's Westwood's starting to, their shots were starting to hit, so they'll be on the other side, and
hopefully we can put a stop to that. The physical play, though, continues
now it's
very early on as two players collide there, and there's an immediate foul against Norwood. Looks like Brian Dearborn will be charged for the foul. That's his first. So 7 seconds in, I guess no surprise in this game. Something happens quickly, something happens physically.
As we said, it was a very quick first half.
And that's for sure. Eli Efer was right in the middle of a lot of that, as was Robert Liriano, who's out there for Westwood. Ty Pindell has Westwood's only 3. He's in the game as well.
He's had some key shots, Ty Pindell.
And let's see if Pindell can knock it down from the corner. Off the mark, no good. And Connell fighting for that rebound. But a really nice job by Corbin Horn to force the possession arrow to decide the fate here. It will stay with Westwood, but at least the possession arrow will flip to Norwood next time, as Mackay Dickerson, who has been really tasked with some tough jobs defending against the 6'9" Alex Ukimchak, is in there as well.
I don't think Norwood's had a 6'9" player in a very long time.
Pindell almost stepped out there, but Connell controls it. Now, you say in a very long time. Does that mean that has happened here?
Yeah, there was a kid.
You know more of your Norwood history.
There was one kid and he transferred. I can't.
Oh, Jared Houston.
Yeah,
was,
Jared
yep,
Houston.
there we go.
I think.
All right.
I think
that was
Jared.
my era. Yeah.
That was Jared Houston. I think. But I can't remember anybody being like 6'9". And he was probably 6'11".
Jared Houston was really successful too after graduating for Norwood. I forget exactly where he went.
He transferred. He left.
He went to another high school, but then even in college.
In college, then he did become, because you guys did a show on him.
Yeah, if you check back on the NCM archives, Ron Marshalsea did an interview with Jared. I believe those two were in high school at around the same time. Liriano's off the mark there, and NCM always does such a great job of bringing back some of those Norwood athletes as Connell battles for a rebound here.
Whoa, got called for travel.
Yeah,
I saw that. I was like, maybe they're not going to
steps.
see it. I was like, maybe they didn't see it. They did. Of course they did.
Speaking of players coming back, I think, did we get Megan Olbrys, I believe, for an interview recently? I think I might have seen something on there.
Yep.
So you can check that out soon. There you go. Back in those archives, not only are you going to see things from players recently, but you can watch like Norwood against Needham from the 80s if you want.
Know.
Jack does such a great job of kind of curating that catalog of Norwood history.
But it's just so nice to have.
Yeah, for sure. Moving on inside there was Corbin Horn.
Ooh.
That was very physical.
That was
tangled up there.
Fast.
It was Sheehan and Eli Ephra. Ephra is kind of looking around like, hey, give him something else here. I've got to imagine Caden Sheehan will pick up the foul there as we take a look at the replays on our camera. Wow.
No,
Sheehan was kind of looking away from the ball for a moment.
It wasn't really, I don't think it was intentional, but it
didn't look like it.
But it was so fast and so hard.
Well, you don't really give those fouls out of intention, and either way, it's Sheehan's first foul.
There we go.
And the second of the quarter against Norwood. Nice defensive rebound there from Alex Ukimchak, who I guess we'll say it now. He's in double figures for the rebounds. We'll have to check in with Nate Cameron, who does a great job with the Norwood stats downstairs.
There we go.
Ukimchak takes a pass inside,
and
the foul, he gets it to go. Give Sheehan the assist, give Ukimchak the bucket. And we'll put the 6'9" transfer student on the line here to try to make it a 12-point Norwood lead. So Ty Pindell collects the foul, as you hear over the mics from the voice of Norwood Sports, Mark Hoover. He does such a great job on the PA as Ukimchak knocks down the free throw.
And he does a good job calling games, too.
For sure.
He was at hockey game last night. I was watching it on NCM.
No rest for the weary for Mark, who was around NCM a whole bunch and even won an award for one of the stories that he did with Jack and the rest of the team on the donut run. We were talking about that earlier. Eli Ephra moving inside. A bit of a windmill play as he makes it go. 7 points tonight for Ephra. And Westwood is back within 10 as they've been seemingly holding it, or at least right around that mark.
Not for lack of shots, though. They've had quite a few.
Fell down pretty big early in that first quarter.
Try it
Look at
again.
that pass
Oh.
inside.
Like,
Ukimchak battling, and
should have got a foul. It was like triple teamed.
yeah, I think it'll go against Corbin Horn, which should be his second. Horn kind of, sometimes it's his third, actually. Horn kind of looked away from the play, and sometimes you see players upset when they get called for it, and he almost had that dejected,
Like,
I know it look.
Okay.
Battling against the 6'9",
There we
Ukimchak is no easy feat. But Alex, who obviously is going to get fouled a lot, especially with that height, he's 2 for 2 now from the line, so
And
having a big guy that can shoot free throws the way he's demonstrated early on is certainly important.
just having a big guy underneath is great.
Some height
been
that
good on
Norwood desperately needed coming into the year, and I'm just glad I didn't jinx him there as Alex
I
is
know.
now up to
Yeah,
9.
you did. Good job. You did do that.
3 field goals and 3 free throws from the 6'9" Alex Ukimchak. And now Westwood will try to answer. Adrian Ortiz Maldonado, number 4, is back in the game for the Wolverines. But Eli Ifra, who has been vocal all night, is now backing it up with his play. He's up to 10.
Nice
But
shot.
Caden Sheehan with a little teardrop shot answers the other way. Put Caden on the board with his first field goal of the night. And now both schools getting a little bit loud with their fans here. The fadeaway
they
shot
hit it
from
again.
Liriano is good. And this
Time
game that
for-
was physical, saw a bunch of shots going in and out, now seemingly has turned on the scoring. Robert Liriano has 10 for Westwood. Eli Ifra has 10 for Westwood. Norwood's got 2 players in double figures, and Ukimchak knocking on the door, and it's a 9-point Norwood lead. 36-27 in the first of 2 games tonight.
Right, the Westwood
Although,
Classic.
Yep. Although we'll certainly say we did see the JV team playing before. As
I might
they
have been a little
battled
late for
pretty
that.
hard. There we
A little
go.
late for that.
But it's a full night of basketball at the school on the hill on the last full day for students before the holiday
Right, the
break.
half day and then holiday break. But the basketball teams will be playing. I mean, they'll be practicing. All the teams will be practicing.
That's it,
They don't really get that break. They get a little one.
for sure. And this is, I was saying to some of my colleagues, about as long of a break as you can get with school, with
Right.
Christmas falling on a Wednesday
Mm-hmm.
and New Year's falling on the same day of the week. So,
It is, yeah. Although I have a friend out in Western Mass who has school on Monday.
oh, really?
And because
Okay.
some of my friends are trying to plan a little luncheon, and I said, they said, but the 2 teachers will be working. I go, oh, no, they're off. Friday's their last day.
All right.
And then she texts back. She's like, I have school on Monday. I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't know about Western Mass. So
I mean, you're retired. You don't have to
I'm
worry
retired,
about
I'm
that part of it.
I know,
right?
but I knew it. All my other teacher friends are off Friday, so I go, oh, she'll be off.
There you go.
But, oh, well.
So we turn our attention back to the court. Speaking of Westwood, as they try to close in and claw away at this Norwood lead. 4:30 to go here in the third quarter of a very fast-paced game. And Norwood has their starting crew still in the game right now.
Oh, in and out.
Connell in and out. Ukimchak in
in
and
and
out.
out.
And the
And-
rebound of Larkey. Kicks it over for Connell again. He'll try a 3. Off the front of the rim, no
Oh,
good.
nice
Ukimchak
rebound.
another board, and possession to Norwood again, and a new 35 on the shot clock. Now Norwood showing some good patience. Ukimchak
There we go.
gets
He's
the
getting
shot
it
to
again.
go. And
I
the
know.
foul. The big man starting to get rolling. He's at 11 now and a chance to make it 12, and it's 11-point Norwood lead. The foul for Westwood goes against Mackay Dickerson. So
This is
Westwood's 2 starting forwards, Dickerson and Horn, both with 3 fouls at the moment. Ukimchak
Oh.
off the mark, but
Larkey,
Larkey
whoa,
almost got the
almost got
rebound.
that.
Ukimchak comes in
just
and just
take it.
steals it away. Oh, boy. It looked like that was squarely in the hands of Adrian Ortiz Maldonado, but check this out on the replay. Actually, we'll
Goes
see
up.
the
He's
shot
gonna
from
go
a
up.
moment
That was-
ago that Ukimchak knocked down, but he just grabbed it out of
Grabbed it.
Adrian's hands.
No.
Took it away, and possession arrow keeps it in Norwood's favor, as the referees now will talk things over. They will agree that that was the correct call initially, although Caden Sheehan still having something to say. We can't quite read lips here.
No, I don't know.
There's the whistle, and here and away we go. So just under 4 minutes to go. Goes out off Ukimchak. I think he was trying to
he was
say
trying
that
to-
Liriano
so-
got a hand. No, Liriano did. So it goes off Westwood and it stays with Norwood. Excuse me.
Right.
All right, so here is Larkey. Back for Dearborn as he tries to move around Ifra. Kicks it across court for Sheehan. And Caden again with that quick second pass as he's been so good at. But Connell has his pocket picked by Pindle. Liriano for Ifra, who is fouled again. And Sheehan's right elbow goes hard into the padding there. Seems like anytime Robert Liriano or Eli Ifra has the ball, it is just a battle down low.
There's action that's going on. Here it comes.
The foul will be charged against Sheehan. There's the play. And got to believe that's the right call to charge Sheehan with that one. And that will send Ifra to the line. So Eli Ifra has not been at the free throw line tonight. He's got 10 points through 4 field goals. And he's off the mark there, much to the delight of the Norwood faithful. As they'll take a couple of practice attempts there.
Fine on the court.
So here we go again. Ifra wearing those light pink shoes. Ty Pindle in number 5 is matching him on that. And Ifra knocks down the shot, so he's up to 11 tonight. Here's Caden Sheehan trying to work against the big man Dickerson. And Mackay comes away with it after it came to Patrick Connell for a moment. Ifra now tries to get around Larkey. Kicks it over for Ortiz Maldonado. Off the back of the rim, no good. And Norwood's got a couple of players there for the rebound. It comes to Dearborn. Here's Connell for 3. The Norwood bench stands up, but the ball doesn't listen. And Connell is off the mark there with 3:14 to go.
The ball doesn't listen. I like that. The ball didn't listen.
Yeah, we'll blame it on the basketball, right? Norwood doesn't hit a shot. It's the fault of the equipment, right? So it looks like Coach Fraioli will have a little bit of a talk here. I think he wanted to get a substitution in. No, excuse me.
Someone's
got blood there, and it's Sam Larkey who they're cleaning up off ball. Larkey is standing. He's totally fine, it appears.
I didn't even see anything.
But again,
I didn't see anybody on the ground either.
No.
I didn't see anybody on the ground.
Given how many players have hit the deck here tonight, you almost expected to look over and see somebody down, but I guess the time when everybody's standing is the stoppage of the game.
And then he probably has to go out now, too.
So Larkey will go out, and Justin Cochran, number 10, will enter the game for Norwood, as Ortiz Maldonado sends it in for Eli Ifra. So the clock will restart. There we go. 3:07 to go here in the third quarter. Here's Liriano with a toughly contested 3. A rebound to Kimchak, and here comes Connell the other way. Brian Dearborn sizing up Robert Liriano. Nice take inside as he bowls over Pindle. And Pindle claps his hands there. Thought he might have been drawing a charge. But based on the reaction, it looks like it's going to be going against Pindle. His second foul and Westwood's 4th of the quarter.
And he will go to the line.
So Brian Dearborn has already hit 2 free throws today. He'll try to add a third. The senior captain for Norwood up to 7 points on the evening. And now he's got 8. Substitution for Westwood as Robert Liriano checks out. And Westwood will bring number 11, Chase Longo, back into the game. Second free throw from Dearborn is good as well. So Brian Dearborn is perfect from the charity stripe. He's got 9 points tonight. And Norwood has a 12-point lead. Justin Cochran pressing Eli Ifra.
Wow,
Ifra gets around. Yeah, he went right through Dearborn. And looks like Coach Ryan Douglas doesn't like this one. They're saying it went out of bounds, but Douglas, I believe, wants a foul called. Still continuing to mouth to the referee. Longo inbounds it to Ifra. Ifra on it again, taking a hard pass from Longo.
Wow.
Now he'll take a long 3. Gotta believe he's saying something along the lines of ball don't lie after knocking that shot down. Eli Ifra makes it a single-digit Norwood lead again, but trying to answer the other way is Dearborn. He makes the shot. Fraioli wanted the foul, but Dearborn's up to 11, and those two keep battling with buckets here. Ifra now working against Cochran, kicks it over for Longo, who almost took an extra step. Ortiz Maldonado, the pass for Pindle. In the corner, he gets it.
He's been good from that 3. I mean, it's his second 3 or third.
Ty Pindle up to 8, courtesy of 2 3-pointers and another 2-pointer tonight. So under 2 minutes to go, and Westwood has closed it to 8. That's the closest they've gotten this game since midway through the first quarter. This team is not saying die. Norwood tried to get the answer with Dearborn, and finally a not contested rebound, but off ball we saw some contact. No foul. Pindle got tangled up with Kimchak. Comes out for Adrian Ortiz Maldonado. the sophomore for Westwood. Around the horn for Ifra. He moves inside. Kicks it for Ortiz Maldonado. A big teardrop shot that somehow is corralled. Look at that.
Got it.
Kimchak got it. Helps to be tall. It helps to have long arms as well. So the senior, who's been very composed for Norwood, you got to believe Westwood's going to be coming at him a lot here.
I think he's getting a lot of shoving underneath.
Yeah, he's going to be hurting at the end of this game. You can already see by the KT tape on number 55. I do like that he's repping the Norwood blue, though, with that. Dearborn kicks it for Cochran. Nifty move by Justin inside, and he gets tripped up by Dickerson. And although Mackay disagrees, I have to believe that it is going to be his 4th foul. And that's big, Nora, because Dickerson...
That is. He's a good player for them.
Yeah, he has been very physical. Not so much in a controversial way.
No, not at all.
But
he's got, like you said, the job of covering Alex.
Yep. So the foul will be charged to Mackay Dickerson. That is Westwood's 5th foul of the quarter. And that now puts Norwood in the bonus. So a little bit different than if you had been watching basketball a couple of years ago. The fouls are now tracked by quarter. And once you hit 5, that enters the bonus. So Justin Cochran, who was at the free throw line earlier and missed 2, I believe, back in the second quarter, will knock this one down. So maybe some early game jitters out of the way for Justin, who collects his first point to the night. And Sam Larkey will re-enter. Bit of a height difference as he replaces Alex Ukimchak.
Yeah, he can jump, though.
Second shot from Cochran goes off the front of the rim and takes a Westwood bounce and out. Westwood has number 13, Frankie McNamara, senior, back in the game. Got to imagine we're going to be seeing a lot of Frankie with Dickerson in foul trouble. As off the mark there is Ortiz Maldonado. Long lead pass. Moving inside was Larkey.
Wow.
But look at Ortiz Maldonado. A clean block from him.
That was a very clean block.
Really athletic play as he was behind the ball coming in, but he got up and he denied the junior Larkey. So 20 seconds left, about a 2-second difference between game clock and shot clock. And Brian Dearborn doesn't care. He bowls over Ifra and falls down coming back into the play. Dearborn got the shot to go, hustles back on defense.
Okay, now that's too rough.
And still getting tangled up. Yeah, the referee will call a foul there. As Cochran and Caden Sheehan were saying that Ifra was maybe grabbing something there.
Yeah, it looked like,
But I think it's going to be Cochran that gets called with the foul, and that should be his first. Although potentially more notable is that is the 5th foul of the waning quarter against Norwood. So with 3.8 seconds left to go in the third quarter, that puts Westwood in the bonus. And that's not insignificant here as it sends Eli Ifra to the line. Ifra has 14 tonight. He is Westwood's leading scorer at the moment, and the senior captain will look to add to his total. Knocks down the first.
Brings it to 10.
And Norwood will switch things up to try to collect a rebound here. They've got Connell and Sheehan down low, who will do battle against McNamara and Pindle if Ifra were to miss. He does not, however. Third contribution from the line for Ifra, now with 2 seconds. Here's the shot that goes in and out. Ooh, Dearborn.
I thought that was going to go in.
Ryan Dearborn seems to have the ball in his hands at the end of every quarter. He got it to go the first quarter.
Which isn't a bad thing.
But can't get it here. So the quarter closes with a 9-point Norwood lead, 45-36, as the teams will talk things over. Still a physical game,
Nora.
Nora.
Very physical game. And Westwood is just coming, and they keep coming back. They are not, which they never would anyway, but they are coming along. And
absolutely.
It's going to, fouls and foul shots, I think, are going to make a difference. They're going to be a big difference at the end.
This is a Westwood team that was the number 9 seed in Division II last year. They went 18-4 a year ago. Wow. So clearly they've lost a little bit on their roster.
I didn't look at their roster, how many, if they're senior.
Looks like 5 seniors, I believe.
So it's pretty balanced.
Yeah, so Coach Ryan Douglas has been there now for a number of years, has done a great job with the program. They fell to number 8 Holyoke last year in the round of 18, and so far are 1-1 with a win over Ashland and a cross-conference loss to Bridgewater Raynham yesterday, actually.
Well, Bridgewater Raynham's big school too.
Tell you, that says something about the confidence that Coach Douglas has in his team, scheduling non-conference against a strong opponent. Maybe looking a little bit at the algorithms, saying, hey, if we can spring a win against them, that would go a long way for us.
All right, and I think it matters, too, the point difference, right?
Right.
Like if they keep it within a certain.
Yeah, if you can play a close
which
game.
We did the field hockey to get. Oh, nice shot.
Oh, Ifra starts off the fourth quarter. He's on fire.
Okay.
19 so far for Eli Ifra.
He's had a play very.
But yeah, field hockey kind of like Coach Dolliner does.
And, you play somebody and I think that it works, that algorithm. It works.
It does. We had 1 against 2 in field hockey.
Which is what you want. I mean, it's.
You know, that's why you need math.
That is why you need math. Which I knew that when I was in school.
There you go. There you go.
I only went up so far, and I said, "Oh."
It's more than just making change, right?
Because they didn't have all those. They didn't have algorithms when they did tournaments when I was there.
Absolutely. I don't have a ton of players on the basketball team in my physics class this year, but I do have Richard Beatty, who's on the roster.
Okay.
Richard is just a really nice kid, really hard worker. Hopefully he's able to get in some games as the year closes down.
All right.
As Patrick Connell gets it a go. You always kind of get a couple. Matty Mahoney, who I had last year. I had Owen Descharnay. Both of them did a great job in physics and, obviously on the basketball court as well. Here is Pindle from the corner. Knocks it down in front of the Westwood bench.
That corner for him has been very good.
Oh.
Okay, we've got to regroup that.
That seems to be Ty Pindle's office. He's up for 11 right now. We'll take on the old Gretzky's office,
and
right?
they are coming back, Westwood.
They are. They've closed it to within 5. And if you're Norwood and Coach Fraioli, as Ifra, thankfully for Norwood, is off the mark. You had, I believe that was a 16-point lead that has suddenly evaporated almost.
Oh, charge.
Yeah, Dearborn goes in. What a job there. Adrian Ortiz Maldonado takes the charge as Dearborn will be charged for his second foul. Ortiz Maldonado has been a spark plug off the bench. He had a big block not all that long ago.
That block was great.
Oh, and almost hit a big 3, I believe, back in the third quarter as well. So Westwood and Coach Ryan Douglas being able to go to the bench and bring in somebody like that is huge. Here he is again.
Wow.
Oh, he hurt me, Nora.
I did.
His first points of the night come on a deep 3.
A deep 3.
And Ortiz Maldonado, who is a sophomore and one to watch, has closed this game to 2. 6:10 to go, and this is a brand new ball game.
Oh, this is absolutely a new ball game.
Larkey moves inside. Look at that pass to Ukimchak, who gets it to go. It's a Norwood roll, and it's a timeout.
That was a hold your breath. I think it's going in.
You know, they say baseball's a game of inches. Basketball can be as well.
Absolutely.
As Ukimchak gets the friendly roll here at Nola Johnson Court. So a 4-point lead for Norwood. As the team talk things over, we see the girls' coaches kind of vacating the benches right behind there. They are getting ready for their game coming up, so we hope that you will stick with us here on NCM. If you haven't heard Nora and I talking enough, you'll hear that some more. Let's check out some replays in the meantime. Brian Dearborn moving inside. Great job. Ortiz Maldonado's in the right spot. Hopefully he didn't hit his head too hard.
No, I don't think so. He had that great 3.
But I tell you, that's what you teach your big men to do.
That's right.
They take a charge like that could change a game, and that's the second foul against Dearborn that we just saw on replay. So the team with Coach Fraioli, I believe his 3rd season now on the School in the Hill.
I think it's the 3rd, yeah.
After coming over from Dedham, he's done a great job, and the players always seem to have very positive things to say about Coach Fraioli.
Oh,
so
good to know.
Tell you that's a good mark against him. We're happy to have him here in Norwood.
Well, I mean, they've had success too.
Right.
So they've,
They've been in the tournament the last 2 years. Unfortunately, got bounced a couple years ago on their home court by Leominster. And then last year, it was that game traveling on the road to Oliver Ames after a little bit of the court injunction allowing Oliver Ames to get the 32 seed. So, hopefully Norwood will be right back there this year in the tournament.
So the threes, they are very hot for threes, so let's try to keep them. Oh, I'm going to go for 2 instead.
They'll go for Longo instead, who takes a 2 from around where the free throw line is. And Larkey will send it back for Dearborn to reset here. So it's a 4-point Norwood lead. They go to Ukimchak inside for the moment. Comes out for Sheehan. Kicks it for Larkey, who is blocked cleanly again. It's Ortiz Maldonado once more. But Norwood, in transition, tries to get it to Connell. He collects it with a new shot clock here. Dearborn inside. Ukimchak is guarded by Pindle. And
Oh,
a strong pass. Alex puts his hands up to his head, but
Like he knows it was.
that
but again,
pass had
it's
some
getting-
heat on
it's-
it. Maybe we got to see if Coach Igo can get him on the baseball team with the heat he threw that pass with. 5:10 to go now. 4-point Norwood lead here in the fourth quarter. This game looked like it was going to be a lapper back at the end of the
but
first.
No, Westwood, hey, they have just, and this is the shot that I'm scared about.
Oh, yeah. I heard
The
that in your
threes, the
voice. You
threes.
paused for a
I was
moment.
like, oh, the three is going. Well, they've been pretty hot.
Right. Eli Ifra has 19 tonight. Just feels like a matter of time before he gets to that 20 mark, and he has been leading the charge. Patrick Connell inside. Oh, it looked clean from a moment up here, but they will charge Pindle for the foul. Ty doesn't agree. And if you're Westwood, that's a tough foul because Pindle has kind of transitioned into that big man role after Dickerson found himself in foul trouble, but now Ty himself is up to 5. And that
It's
brings
just going to make
Patrick
him mad.
Connell
He'll
to
get
the
another
line.
he'll get another three-pointer.
Connell has been
Here we
a
go.
bit
All
quiet lately,
Okay.
but now he's at the free throw line for the first time, and cool, calm, and collected knocks down the first, as Westwood will sub Longo out of the game, and they'll get Corbin Horn back in. So Horn and Pindle both with 3 fouls. As Ortiz Maldonado looks on at the top of your screen, he's up to 2 blocks after one he had not all that long ago. Here's Robert Liriano. And
Whoa,
sneaking
oh.
in and almost collecting the steal was Dearborn.
Dearborn, that was.
Fraioli was saying to the referee, you know that was off Westwood,
Yeah.
right? And they seem to agree. So Norwood with a 5-point lead once again. And here's number 5, Caden Sheehan to inbound it. Looks for Patrick Connell, who's guarded by Ty Pindle. Connell tried to go around behind the back. Almost lost the handle, but keeps it. And this one over the head of Ifra, who had his back turned to Connell. Kicks it over for Sam Larkey. Liriano guards him all the way. Tries to deal it for Sheehan, and Sheehan kind of blocked out Ortiz Maldonado. Here's Larkey
Oh,
inside.
no touch.
Can't get it. Another offensive rebound.
It's all right. We keep the ball.
Time is ticking away here for Westwood with
Wow,
Norwood
there he's at
maintaining
number-
possession.
He is,
Oh, that
Very
number 4,
athletic.
Nora.
but he's.
Been getting in the way a bunch, and look at this.
I thought it went off at number 5. I thought it went off our guy.
Yeah, they're going to say looks like it stays with Westwood here. And I think they're agreeing with you that it went off
I think
of
it went
Sheehan.
off of Caden Sheehan. I don't know if they're looking for another touch, but
Let's see. So it comes for Horn. Here's
we don't
Ifra.
wanna-
Off the mark here as he airballs it, but Ortiz Maldonado is there. Shot clock does not reset, though, as Horn kicks it back out for Ifra. Larkey in his face. And now Liriano, who's got 10 points tonight. He's been quiet lately, but he can get going at any moment. Ty Pindle
There we
inside, no good. And Ukimchak is fouled. I believe it'll go against Ifra. So let's wait for the official call. It is the second
I
team
think it
foul
is,
against Westwood, and it is the second personal against Eli Ifra. So 3:38 to go here. Norwood with a 5-point lead as Ukimchak drew the foul there. Dearborn over for Alex again. Kicks it back out. Looking for some space. Ifra on him with 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Wow.
Ooh, Liriano
That was-
almost got
he
in the way
almost
for
got
the
that.
steal. Here's Connell. Moves inside. Nifty move from Patrick. Can't get it, though, but he somehow comes away with the rebound. Ifra has it go off his
I
hand.
thought it went off Ifra's hand. Yeah.
And Brian Dearborn playing a little bit of dodgeball near the Norwood sideline
Like,
somehow
nope.
doesn't touch it.
I'm going to touch it.
Sometimes these
He saw
split-second
that.
decisions are impressive. So Norwood's got 9 on the
9
shot clock
seconds.
here. Connell will go to number 12, Larkey. Back for Connell. He's got to hurry.
Oh.
5 seconds for Dearborn. He'll try the 2 off the back of the rim. No, and it
Oh,
doesn't
but-
take a Norwood bounce, but a fresh 35.
All right, we'll take that. Eating time off the clock. I like it. I
3
like a few more
minutes to go in the
baskets.
game. Dearborn, no good again, but Norwood collects it once more. Ukimchak. The pass for Sheehan, who keeps it in bounds.
Did he? Oh, I can't.
Oh,
there we
he
go.
did somehow in front of the Norwood fans. Sheehan back out for Larkey and now for Connell. Here's Connell working against 2 players,
Yes,
knocks
good
down
job.
the shot. So Norwood
And that
gets
was-
the field goal from Connell, and they also waste, Nora, a lot of time.
I was going to just say, I think that was like 30 seconds that they used almost the whole shot clock, which I which at this point you need to do.
Yeah, that is a
'Cause
factor
Westwood,
here.
I mean, as long as you take a nice
And
block.
look at that, Ukimchak, a clean block.
Nice and clean.
So the shot clock does not reset
Okay,
as it comes to Liriano. And
That's going to be against Shock.
yeah, it'll
Larkey.
go against Sam Larkey, and
Larkey,
that's
yeah.
Sam's 4th foul now. As Liriano kind of pulled his head back there for a moment as Larkey came in. So Sam getting called for the reach. Fraioli will keep him in the game for right now.
Well,
so,
with 2 minutes, I think they can.
you know.
Almost a little over 2. Oh, this is not. It's
Oh,
in case we want him. I saw him. I was like, didn't anybody see him in that corner?
By the way that Coach Fraioli's been stepping onto the court sometimes, we almost need Norwood on that side. Pindle has been working from that area. Now officially under 2 minutes to go, and Ifra will get called for the reach, his 3rd foul, and Westwood is now up to 3 for the quarter.
Oh.
So back comes number 23. It's not Michael Jordan, but it's Makai Dickerson here. So both players who have 4 fouls in the contest, Dickerson for Westwood and Sam Larkey, for Norwood. Both have re-entered the game. 1:52 to go. Patrick Connell trying to split a couple defenders. No call as it comes to Liriano. Tries to go around one player. A lot of contact, no call. And eventually they will say it stays with Westwood. Ukimchak went down. He's holding his knee for a moment.
And that's the one that's tapes too, but maybe it's just.
Right. And a couple of pretty large steps for Alex as he looked back to the bench for a moment. But play carries on, and Larkey was ready for it. Dishes it over. Here's Dearborn inside, gets it to go.
Nice.
And that is a big steal and a big bucket for Norwood.
Yeah, that was needed.
Norwood's lead is now back up to 9, so perhaps feeling a little bit more comfortable. And Westwood takes a timeout.
And
They
Alex
have been
is-
fighting and clawing all
They
game.
are.
Let's see that again. Larkey was ready for the play, dished it to Dearborn, and that is a smooth finish from the senior captain. Larkey gives him some applause there.
There's such
and
poise. He just, just took his time, and because sometimes you get that, and you're like, oh, I gotta go. And,
absolutely.
but that's work of a senior, though. He's
There you
got
go.
the poise and the control.
Dearborn, I believe, has been a starter or at least a meaningful contributor on this team
I
since
think
his
since
sophomore year.
I haven't been here, but I've heard the name.
Yep, so there's a shot
In
of the
multiple
Westwood
sports.
team. Not a surprise to see that Westwood has turned up with many fans today.
Oh,
Only about a 7-minute drive separating these two schools.
Yeah, it's pretty packed.
Yep. And it's kind of nice to see Westwood in the conference. I know Norwood kind of lost a little bit of that rivalry with neighboring Walpole from the Bay State Conference, although we still play them sometimes.
But I think this is, I think it's a much better matchup. I just think it's, size of school. Well, Walpole's close too, but
yeah, there we go.
I like when they.
Yep. Dedham as
They don't have to
well, another
travel.
neighboring
Yep.
town, crosstown rival.
When Dedham left, we're like, okay, we're going to, which I think was, and there's a long 3.
Yeah, that
Nice.
was a big decision a number of years ago, but it's worked out pretty well for Norwood.
It was the right decision. It was. I know people
A
are
little bit
mad
of a long
about it,
pass. So I mean, thinking things change sometimes, right?
but no. And if you look at the population,
And if we take a look at the Norwood bench here,
I know
you
I'm
can kind of see it
watching
there.
him. He's
Alex
all right,
Ukimchak just
he's
stood
going.
up, but
Okay.
he is out of the game for a moment. So maybe having some trouble with that knee.
He reached in number 10.
And yeah, Justin Cochran is trying to say,
definitely-
hey, that wasn't me, but he definitely committed the foul there against Eli Ifra.
All right, okay, he's back.
So here he is.
All right, Alex is back.
Alex Ukimchak back into the game as he replaces Cochran. Norwood with the 9-point lead. We'll hope that their 6'9 senior can keep them in this game. There he is, taking that spot underneath the basket.
Oh.
Eli Ifra for 3. Off the mark, but a foul is
on
called.
Dearborn.
It's going against Dearborn, who doesn't love it. And that's the 3rd foul now against Bryan. And perhaps more importantly at this stage of the game, it's the 4th foul of the quarter for Norwood. So they are 1 away from putting Westwood in the bonus. So Eli Ifra now
Yeah, we
looking to
don't
make
wanna
it
get
20
that.
points on the night.
And
He
did.
gets it. So Eli Ifra has 4 points from the line. He's made 4 threes. And here's the play a moment ago. Dearborn just kind of at the end of the shot walking into him. So perhaps some bad luck there for Norwood. Second shot for Ifra, as Westwood is in the bonus, is no good. And he is off the mark on that one, but no, they're going to say it's a
Wait,
shooting
why does
foul,
he-
excuse me. So he does get 3.
Oh, he does get 3.
Yep. So they'll say it's
Oh,
a
because
shooting
it was
foul.
shooting foul.
I was thinking the bonus, but Norwood is still one away from that, excuse me. So Efer knocks down that one. He hits 2 of 3. He's now up to 21 in the night and is the game's leading scorer, at least for the moment. Westwood going with some press, and they get the steal. And who else?
This is only a minute.
It's Adrian Ortiz Maldonado off the bench. Ooh, Liriano almost loses the handle. Comes inside, and Robert Liriano, who's been held scoreless for the second half, takes on 3 defenders and makes perhaps Westwood's biggest shot of the night.
Now he decides to do it. No, that's bringing it to 6. No, 5, 6.
Yep, 5-point lead, 54 to 49.
Again, that's why you need math.
Let's see that one again. No, sorry. We're going to get the team in the huddle as the cheerleaders come out here for a moment. Here it is on our NCM replays. Liriano gets around Sheehan.
One, and then, he gets 3.
Takes on Norwood's 2 tallest players, Patrick Connell and Alex Ukimchak, as Mackay Dickerson was there. Got to give a shout-out to Dickerson for Westwood, who, although he's got 4 fouls and doesn't have any points on the scoreboard, he has been doing yeoman's work battling against Ukimchak.
Quite a job tonight.
Setting some good picks for them. You know, sometimes not everything shows up on the stat sheet, and he's been really important for this Westwood team. So the teams get ready to break the huddle here. 48 seconds to go, but that is an eternity in basketball.
So we talked about a fast game, so I feel like this last minute could be the longest of.
For sure.
Because
48 seconds is not a real life 48 seconds.
No,
right?
it's not. And it's because you're like, okay, 5 points. This is a possession is very important here.
Absolutely. So the fans getting ready. Brian Dearborn was just giving us some little motivation from the sideline down there.
Come on, people.
Tell you, Brian does a great job. We saw him kind of introducing the half-court shot. Looks like something new that Norwood is getting going to kind of drum up some interest from the fans at the half. But here we go. 44 seconds left now. Sheehan found himself open for a moment, but kicks it for Larkey.
So they're going to waste a little bit of time if they can, and here comes the foul.
Yeah, the foul is against Eli Ifra. That is 4 against Eli.
Oh, I'm surprised that they wanted him to do that. I figured they'd send someone else to follow him.
Yeah, Ortiz Maldonado was right there as he was watching 2 of the Westwood players. He's got no fouls. So interesting that Ifa collects it. And now another quick foul, this one against Robert Liriano, which is his first. And that's 5 now for Westwood, so that's going to put Norwood in the bonus. So these are the times now that if you're Norwood, you say, hey,
want these.
We knocked down our free throws, we've got this.
Which he started the game with this, right?
Yeah, Dearborn knocked down 2 free throws very early on. But he is now 4 of 5 from the line as he misses that one. And Westwood will bring number 11. That is Chase Longo back into the game, replacing Corbin Horn. So another big shot coming up for Brian Dearborn.
Listen.
The shot does go. So Brian Dearborn now, if we do a little bit of math, up to 18 points.
He just fouled.
And that's 4 against Dearborn.
And now they're in the bonus.
A very early foul. Fraioli doesn't like it as he kind of turns his back for a second. I think he's more he's more upset with Dearborn, perhaps, as maybe that was a foul very early on. So both teams now in the bonus as Norwood commits their fifth foul of the quarter. And Robert Liriano, who has 12 points tonight, all of them coming via 2-point field goals, will try his hand at the line, and he's up to lucky number 13 with that one. Westwood has closed it back within 5. The closest Westwood has gotten it, was it down to 2, Norwood?
It was down to 2 at one point.
I think
for a very short time.
47-45 for a moment there.
Right, so this will just be Norwood.
Liriano brings it to within 4.
So much strategy now this last.
Absolutely.
Again, it was 32 seconds.
So the teams will talk things over as the cheerleaders are really getting their work in here towards the end. And our scorers table as well. We always got to give a shout out to them.
Kevin
Conley down there, Kevin Conley, Nate Cameron, and our very own Mark Hoover.
And the guy on the left, he's from Westwood, I think. So
that's right. That's right.
I was like, wait, I don't know who the person on the left is.
That's why there's the seat between him and Kevin as we see the cheerleaders out here. It's a fun group we got at the scorers table. I gotta say, must be fun for them down there. Probably a little bit of bickering and whatnot.
But I think pressure. I think that's
It is.
You have to it's whoever does the timer too. I think I think
Right.
that's really.
I think that's Caitlin who does the timer.
I think that's the stressful
Oh.
job.
Because that's the thing. You do the timer right, and nobody notices you.
But when you do it wrong,
Oh,
you're
you
gonna
hear
from
about it.
And you're with the crowd, so they
Exactly.
start the clock. Start
Yeah,
the
they're looking
clock.
at it. Yeah.
They haven't started the clock.
So 32.4 seconds to go. The shot clock is off, and it's Caden Sheehan who will be inbounding it. Norwood has Sheehan, Larkey, Connell,
Oh.
Dearborn, and
It's gotta be
Ukimchak.
a foul.
And a very quick foul early on. It'll go against Frankie McNamara, who's in the game. So nothing really of note there, as McNamara only has one foul against him. But that will send Patrick Connell to the line here. Norwood with a 4-point lead. Westwood has most of their starting group. They have Liriano in there along with Dickerson.
Yeah.
But actually, no, 3
Oh,
subs right
Ephraim's-
now. Ephra is out
Oh,
of the
he's
game.
coming in though. He's on the sideline.
Getting ready to check in as Connell
That's nice.
knocks down the free throw.
'Cause did they send that kid in just to foul? I think
There
they
he
did.
is. I was already assuming he was in there. So it's Ephra, Dickerson, Liriano, Longo, and Ortiz Maldonado, the crew for Westwood. Here is
This would be
Patrick
a
Connell.
very big point.
And,
Oh.
almost got it. But the rebound instead comes to Makai Dickerson.
Yeah, don't
And
no
now
fouls,
Eli Ephra kicks it for Ortiz
Ah.
Maldonado. Oh, I was going
Nope.
to say
Nice,
who
come
else.
on.
But Ukimchak goes over
got it.
everyone, collects the rebound, and he is
Fouls. I
fouled.
was going to say it's a foul there.
You can't teach tall, Nora,
can't
right?
teach. Kathy Shakoy said that a long time ago. She said to me, she goes, "You just can't." She used to, well, again, you talked about the Westwood. Well, Walpole used to beat them a lot, and
Yep.
and she said all the tall people are in Walpole. She goes, "You can't teach tall." I mean, there's skill involved as well, but
Absolutely.
it was nice to have him in that basket. That was a
so
great
Ukimchak now will head to the free throw line.
glad that knee was okay, and
First
and
free
that's
throw is
that's,
good.
That's key. That's good.
That could be. Can I say it's the dagger, Norwood? Nora? I'm not sure yet.
I'd say one because you could get 2 threes.
57 to 51.
I think you need an odd number.
So let's see if they're able to get this.
Yes,
Ukimchak
okay.
knocks it down.
All right.
So
I
the
think
big
this
man is 5 of 6 from the line tonight. Very
And we
impressive.
said free throws were going to be
Here's Ephra.
Oh.
He needs this, and he
Oh.
gets it.
and they're going to call timeout. Oh, 13 seconds.
Wow.
See,
Eli
that's a 3
Ephra.
and a. So
The game's leading scorer with 24. Tell you, it came out of his hands, and sometimes, especially when the opponent shoots here, you think automatically that's going. Didn't look like his best shot coming out
No,
of his
but it
hands,
was
but all that
right
matters
in
is
there.
the result.
but see, that's why that point was real important because
Yep. You were smart
seem to
throwing
be-
cold water on the idea that was it.
I was like, yeah, I think you need that odd number. 'Cause
Westwood hanging in there.
Westwood has been. Their threes have been very good tonight, and they're long threes. They're not.
right?
They're not like. Are they on the line? It's.
Westwood has made 8 3-pointers
Oh, here he
tonight. As
goes.
you see the shot from Ephra.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, he did a
He-
good
he-
job
he did
getting
a
into
really
his
good
form.
job.
Great defense from Dearborn, who was right there. You can't do much more than
No,
be in his face on that
And
one.
especially, you want to stay out of that foul.
Right.
It's so hard.
So the
I
Norwood
don't know.
team will take a couple extra seconds as the horn goes off. 13.7 seconds.
This has been a long minute.
Oh, yeah. You were right when you said that. I think this has
I've
been
seen it.
longer than the first quarter.
I think it has been too. The girls are eager to go, and
So it'll be
but they-
Caden Sheehan to inbound.
Oh.
Eli Ephra is in the game for
Oh.
Westwood, and Westwood gets a huge steal.
but there's no foul on that.
Possession
They
arrow
gave it to.
is going to Norwood,
Norwood.
and that kind of quiets the Westwood crowd down. Kevin Connolly on the scorer's table pointed right
Right.
towards Coach Fraioli and said it's staying with Norwood. Norwood now
and
in
they're
the
gonna give a
corner
foul, yeah.
will be fouled. Dearborn is the one who is fouled, and the foul will go against number 11, Chase Longo, and that is his first. So right back to the line. Here go the Mustangs with 9.1 seconds. And Brian Dearborn, who's been excellent tonight,
He's had
has a
great
chance
game.
to ice it. Dearborn has 18 points tonight. And if he is able to get up to 20,
All right.
which he is one away from doing, that would be huge here. Double checking my math here as he takes the
I know.
next shot. According to my math,
Well,
he's
I'm
got
glad you-
19.
There we go.
And
Okay.
according to my math, he's got 20. So
Okay,
we'll
I
see if
let
Nate Cameron can
I would
fact
let them
check it.
shoot. I just let them shoot because it doesn't matter.
Liriano does shoot
Oh, look at-
inside. It doesn't go. And Norwood will claim victory tonight
Oh,
against their
nice
crosstown rival.
Wow.
60
that
to
was,
54.
That was quite a game.
The
Congratulations.
Mustangs win it over Westwood, and they go to 2-1.
When they go to Westwood, though, Westwood's going to.
That is going to be a fun game. So you heard it here in the first half. Nora Glynn said we are fine. I didn't want to bring it up again,
Well,
but we were
God.
fine.
Phew.
We were fine.
Long last minute. But
Westwood made him work for it.
No,
Norwood
Westwood.
was up 16 after the first quarter. But I tell you, big shout out to Coach Ryan Douglas and his team
That was-
and those captains. They kept fighting.
they did. They did a great job.
And both teams coming together at center court. So despite a very physical game, showing some good sportsmanship that the MIAA always loves. There's our Norwood crew. NCM in its 20th year, and we've got Norwood alums dotting our crew here.
Absolutely.
Kiki Thaxter directing us today. Ron Marshalsea was awesome on his replays. And Charlotte Martino, Danielle DeMattia, proud Norwood seniors doing the camera work for us tonight. Doing a great job.
And those are
of-
proud Norwood alum.
Absolutely.
Kiki and Ron.
Everybody on that list. Ron, who I had in class as a senior. So
I had him in class, too.
look at that. The final score tonight from Norwood Westwood 54, and the Norwood Mustangs 60. Norwood goes to 2-1. Westwood falls to 1-2. They'll see each other again later in the year. But Nora, we hope that everyone will stick with us.
So for this doubleheader,
Absolutely.
we want a double win.
Giles Parker Classic coming up in just a moment here on NCM. We will be back in just a moment. We hope you will too. See you soon, folks.